Welcome back to the AB Skull Project. I'm Krager. This is Alpha Bravo, and today we're going back into the land of Missing Link. We got the Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. Pretty cool. We got the Gin Selects type packaging here, and that's basically just all that's about it is just the Gin Select stuff. So we'll go to the more exciting packaging that comes on the inside, which is the original Takara boxing. So that's really cool. We'll turn Bumblebee so you can see a little better. And inside of them are the styrofoam with our figures in it, which is really neat. We'll get back to them in a sec. We'll backtrack to the packaging. And there's not much on the black packaging. It's really just, just the same thing over and over again. But this one's pretty cool. It's got all your action shots. Got your transforming on there, another action shot. Your legalese with your sad Pac-Man down there. Your power graph. We actually have the officially licensed by VW on the Bumblebee, so that's pretty neat. Go to Cliffjumper again. Transforming shots, the packaging shots with the graphic, the action shot, more different action shot. No holographic seal on him, because it really doesn't look too much like a Porsche. But anyway, power graph, pretty neat. So you guys here. So now we're going to start talking about these guys. Let's go ahead and break them out. And first we're going to start talking with Cliffjumper. All right, first off, we've got Cliffjumper here. And he looks really cool. He's got his original head sculpt there. Autobot symbol there. Got his heat symbol down there. And he's pretty cool. They gave him a bazooka and a gun. And they did change it up a little bit where they had this rotate so he can actually have hands instead of being locked like they were in G1. So that's pretty neat. As far as articulation, they did give him a mushroom peg on his head so it turns. The arms can go there. They have put a little butterfly on it. They got a good elbow and a elbow swivel, so that's pretty cool, especially with such a tight place. Not much of a waist to speak of. Actually, let's keep pulling this. Nope. Nope, no, he has no waist to speak of, but you can get the legs to come out and come over here. He does have a knee bend here. He has an extra knee bend there, so you can kind of compound it. The ankle tilts you got to be pretty deliberate about, otherwise they'll just kind of pop back where they were. So you kind of got to grab the joint, kind of overturn it from where you want it, and then as you set it down, let it come back to where it sits. So articulation's pretty good. Size is good. Let's pull in. I don't have a G1 Cliffjumper, but I do have a G1 or G2 hubcap here, which is the same alt mode. And you see they're the same size. So not a lot of change, and you can just see how much is the same, how much is different, and how much work they put into it. So that's really cool. One thing I want to pull out while we got hubcap here is with the original G1, that hole was for a screw. Now they've left it open, but you can take the guns and plug them into that hole. So you have some to turn the screw hole into some weapon storage. So that's pretty neat. All right. Go to our current winner for G1 IDW, which we got the Target release of the Earthrise Cliffjumper. And you can see this is definitely just the G1 toy. This is still going to be your IDW G1 representation. But this gives you a good idea of the evolution between the two. So that's really cool. Now, something different. Have the first attempt to make a fully posable G1 was the Impossible Toys. While the Impossible Toys did manage to get a waist swivel, it did not get a movable head. The head only does that. So edge goes to Missing Link as far as I'm concerned. And plus the Missing Link was the G1 size, where they went more toward the, what would be the new mini-bot size. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty neat to throw the comparison in there. Oh, yeah, and something I forgot to mention that came with both of them in their boxes is they do come with collector's cards. Here's Cliff's collector's card here. Pretty neat. And instructions and extra stickers. They did that for both. Here's the Bumblebee. Pretty neat. And more stickers if you wanted to make it look like that. But they did enough decorating for me on the missing links themselves that I don't feel the need to put any more stickers on them. So I'm going to leave those stickers in the package just like I did with Optimus. So, since there's not a lot different between them, I'm going to go ahead and bring Bumblebee in. I didn't pull out all the other comparison stuff, so we're just going to take a look at him. Same articulation, same everything. He only comes with the one gun, where Cliff came with the bazooka, which I thought was pretty cool. One problem I have with my bee is that this head will not stay upright. It just wants to keep popping down at an angle. I mean, he still has the mushroom peg, but there's something back there that's forcing it to snap back at that angle. So, a little annoying, but not game-breaking. And I did the original G1 toy face. There we go. With the face mask. So, that's pretty cool. And of course, you can still take the gun. The guns have a little side peg there. And the side peg you can attach to the back. Oh, I guess you can't. You can only do the handle. So I'll have to figure out the mystery of the side peg later. But you can still do the handle in there and have him open for any and all posing. All right. We'll take a look at their vehicle modes. And here we have Cliff and Bee in their car modes, and they look really cool. They still have the rubber tires, and they both roll really well. So that's really neat. From the back, you can see the extra engine parts and little jet engine there on Bumblebee. That's really cool. Turn around here, you even got the little gas cap detail. This is just really neat. I like them. And of course the bug motif and stuff. Really cool. And you might think that the head's kind of sticking out like that is an error. It is not. You bring in the original hubcap here and you can see that it still sticks out a little bit too. But that is because these were modeled after penny racers, to where they were little, pull back, wind up cars. And if you put a penny in the back, that was just enough weight to tilt them up so that when they ran in a wheelie. So those are pretty cool. And that's why there's a gap there and why the heads don't completely fold away, just because you still have the homage to the penny racer. So that's cool. I like it that they kept that. We'll take B out of the mix here just so you can see how close that they made the car mode. I think that's just about perfect. I mean, you can tell, just kind of looking at them real close here, just looking at the windows and the height, you can kind of tell that this was a new mold, but they made it so close to the original, especially with the extra spoiler there. You can tell that they made it so close to the original where it's near impossible to tell difference. So, yeah, pretty awesome. All right, we'll bring in the Earthrise and see how much bigger the Earthrise is. So pretty cool. I'll spin them around just so you can see them. Yep, and last but not least, we'll bring in the Impossible Toys, which looks almost like a comical, but yeah, they're both, the Impossible Toys weren't horrible. I'll say that they're good for their time. I think this was the first batch of toys they made, and I think they did pretty well with them with what they had. This is just a lot better. And plus, they had the license for this. They didn't. So, it wound up looking like a KO oversized. But anyway, there they are, vehicle modes. Looks exactly like they did in 84. Just spot on great. All right, let's wrap this up. So are these going to be our new IDW G1 Cliffjumper and Bumblebee? No, they're still, short. They don't look like the anime. They are just take the G1, make them fully articulated, which is still awesome, by the way. But for a G1, cartoon aesthetic or IDW aesthetic, they won't work. But otherwise, they are still really cool for being, take the G1 that most of us grew up with and make them fully articulated like modern toys. And to me, that's really cool. I mean, this is the toys that we expected when we watched the cartoon and we got a hold of the toys and played with them. It was like, oh, we can't really do anything with the old toys. But these you can do your action shots and stuff and be really cool. So I'm really happy with these. Next up is Sunstreaker, which I was kind of reluctant to do until I watched the basics on Sunstreaker and I realized, hey, he was the first Diaclone release, so I'll go ahead and get it. And then they went to RC. Okay. So I went ahead and pre-ordered the orange and pink version just because I want to put that with the other 86 bots, the original G1 86 bots. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on the AB Scale Project. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, ring that bell. And I'll see y'all later.